deliver his opening remarks is Congressman Benito Abante Jr., the chairman of the Committee on Human Rights. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My fellow co-chairs and colleagues in the Quadcom, our resource persons, and at the same time, witnesses and guests. Ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Nakita nyo naman kung gaano ka-passionate kami dito sa hearing na ito. Si Congressman Dan Fernandez po ay maaari na maging preacher later on, mga kaibigan. But I would like to mention and quote to you what a bad person said at one time. Ang sabi niya, and I quote, "The world suffers a lot, not because the violence of bad people, but because of the silence of good people." Ang sabi po niyan, mga kaibigan, ay si Napoleon Bonaparte. Before we begin the 6th Quad Committee hearing, this representation finds it necessary to reiterate our primary purpose, to uncover the truths so that we may produce legislation that will prevent the evils we have unearthed in these proceedings. We are here not only to shed light on past wrongdoings, but also to ensure that our laws will be fortified against future exploitation. There's an old saying that I quote, "The devil is in the details," end of quote. This phrase serves as a powerful reminder for us today. If we are to draft meaningful and effective laws, it is incumbent upon us to gather as many details as possible. The devil, in this context, takes many forms. It exploits the loopholes in our laws, uses gambling as a front for illegal activities, and uses a war on illegal drugs to justify the killing of thousands of innocents. Our duty here as legislators and duty bearers is to gather every fine detail so that we can craft legislation that will not only close these loopholes but will also ensure that these evils can never take root again. In Ecclesiastes 12:14, it is written, and I quote, "For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil." End of quote. This passage should remind everyone that no wrongdoing can remain hidden forever. It is our role in this inquiry to bring these secrets to light so that justice can be served and righteousness upheld. We are tasked with shining light on every dark corner, leaving no detail unexamined. It is our solemn obligation to obtain the information necessary to deliver justice for the victims of POGO, illegal drugs, and extrajudicial killings, and to shield future generations from these evils. However, there are those who seek to obstruct and hamper our efforts. Let us be clear. Their actions are not only detrimental to this inquiry, but also the pursuit of justice and the rule of law. We must condemn those who having been involved and having profited from these illicit activities, now seeks to hide and cover up their wrongdoings. Their attempts to evade accountability must not and should not be tolerated. They can run, hide, and use semantics to camouflage their cowardice. Ultimately, they will be exposed for who they really are: enablers, accomplices, criminals, and deceivers. Kaya sa mga tumutulong sa amin with their testimonies, their candor, and their courage, maraming salamat po. You are doing your countrymen a valuable service, and more significantly, you are doing good deeds before God. In the face of these challenges, Our resolve must remain firm. We conduct these hearings in aid of legislation because we know that without strong enforceable laws, the evils we have uncovered will continue to drive. I'd like to remind everyone that we are a government of laws and not a government of men. We are here to ensure that no devil, in whatever guise it may appear, will be able to use gambling as a front for illegal activities, to endanger families with the spread of illegal drugs, or to carry out acts that claim innocent lives. In the end, the goodness that comes from the Lord shall prevail. Let me tell those devils who chose to attack us with demonic trolls. I would like to mention what a high official said. Ang sabi po niya, you can skin us alive, burn us in the stakes, and throw our ashes with the wind, but we will remain unbowed. End of quote. And resolute in finishing this investigation until we come to the ultimate conclusion for the benefit of our people and for the sake of our country. Maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat.
Thank you, Congressman Abante. The next to deliver his opening remarks is Congressman Paduano, the chair of the Committee on Public Accounts and Good Governance.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have already consumed almost 1 hour of our hearing. And we have still a lot of admin matters to be discussed. And with that, Mr. Chairman, once again, I'll just submit my opening remarks to the COMSEC for purposes of records. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Paduano. The next to deliver his opening remarks is our Senior Deputy Speaker, Congressman Aurelio Dong Gonzales. You are recognized.
Salamat, Mr. Chairman. May payabak po kay Katabungan. Magandang umaga sa aking mga mahal na kasama, sa ating mga panauhin, at sa lahat ng nanonood sa live stream. Bilang mga lingkod bayan, ginagawa po namin ang ating tungkulin na nakasaad sa ating saligang batas at mga patakaran ng mababang kapulungan. Nagsasagawa po tayo ng mga pagsisiyasat para makatulong sa paggawa ng mga batas at para malaman ang katotohanan na may layuning maging tapat at responsable sa ating tungkulin. Ang mababang kapulungan ay bumuo ng quadruple committee, a quadcom, as a principal proponent of this na binubuo ng 4 na komite. Dangerous drugs, public order and safety, human rights, and public accounts. Ang layunin nito ay alamin at lutasin ang mga komplikadong issue tungkol sa paglaganap ng illegal na droga, mga illegal na gawain na konektado sa POGO, human trafficking, at mga kaso na extrajudicial killings o EJKs na kaugnay ng kampanya laban sa droga ng nakaraang administrasyon. Mahalagang tandaan ang mga pagsisiyasat na ito na ginagawa ng Kongreso ay may 3 pangunahing layunin. Una, upang makakuha ng impormasyon para makagawa ng bagong batas. Ikalawa, upang masubaybayan ang mga ahensya ng gobyerno. At ikatlo, upang ipaliwanag sa publiko kung bakit kailangan ng bagong batas o amyenda. Ang pagsisiyasat na ito ay hindi para magpakitang gilas o mag-usig, kundi para makapagpasa ng mga bagong batas gaya ng pag-amyenda ng Republic Act No. 9165, Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs of 2002, pag-aayos sa Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act, pagpapalakas ng Witness Protection Program at pagtulad sa RICO Act ng Amerika na layong parusahan ang mga grupong kriminal. Sa inyong pangunawa, pagtitiwala determinado kaming patatagin ang ating pamahalaan at ipatupad ang batas at demokrasya para sa ating lahat. Maraming salamat po. Good morning po sa ating lahat.
Thank you, Senior Deputy Speaker Gonzales. We shall now, before we proceed with the admin matters, may we direct the committee secretary to please acknowledge the members present in our committee hearing today, as well as acknowledge the resource persons we invited for today's committee hearing. Comsec?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Your Honors. Today, we have with us the following members. Representative Robert Ace S. Barbers, Deputy Senior Speaker. Representative Aurelio Dong Gonzalez Jr., Representative Dan S. Fernandez, Representative Benvenido M. Abante Jr., Representative Joseph Stephen Paduano, Representative Romeo M. Acop, Deputy Speaker Representative David J.J. Suarez, Representative Julian Jam Baronda, Representative Jervil Jinke Beatrix R. Luistro, Representative Johnny T. Pimentel, Representative Jonathan Keith T. Flores, Representative Emerson D. Pascual, Representative Ray T. Reyes, Representative Ramon Rodrigo Gutierrez, Representative Christine Singson Mihan, Deputy Speaker, Representative Zia Alonto Adjong, Representative Gabriel Bordado Jr., Representative Maximo Dalog Jr., Representative Francisco Paulo Ortega V, Representative Ricardo Cruz Jr., Representative Franz S. Pumaren, Representative Ching B. Bernos, Representative Sirio C. Daguok, Representative Seriaco Gato Jr., Representative Celso Regencia, Representative Ernesto Dionisio, Representative Alfred de los Santos, Representative Reynante Arrogancia, Representative Roberto Puno, Representative Lianda B. Bolilla, Representative Joseph Jojo Lara, Representative Jefferson Konghun, Representative Francisco Jose Matugas II, Representative Margarita Attorney Migs Nograles, Representative Chino Miguel Almario, and Representative Bonifacio Bosita. And for our resource persons, we have here from the Anti-Money Laundering Council, we have Attorney Adrian A. Arpon, the Deputy Director for its Investigation and Enforcement Department, and Attorney Mark Dan is Ligo, the Bank Officer, Investigation and Enforcement Department. From the Authority of the Freeport Area of Bataan, we have Attorney Percival B. Peralta, Ms. Donia G. Alonso, and Maria Jennifer Blanco. From the Bureau of Immigration, we have Attorney Vicente G. Uncad. From the Bureau of Internal Revenue, we have Attorney Scranton Orculio. From the Bureau of Quarantine, Dr. Ferdinand Salcedo and Dr. Edgar Maala. From the Civil Aviation Authority, or CAAP, we have Colonel Isaias Espino. From the Department of Foreign Affairs, we have Attorney Amer Tago. From the Department of Justice, we have Deputy City Prosecutor Benji Samson and Deputy City and Assistant City Prosecutor Wesley Jefferson Young. From the Department of Labor and Employment, we have Mr. Paulo Magtoto and Mr. Eric Gallardo. From the Land Registration Authority, we have Attorney Paulo Tamayo and Attorney Lorna D. From the Land Transportation Office, we have Mr. Francis Ray Almora. From the National Bureau of Investigation, we have Attorney Levi Omar Aurelie, Attorney Dennis Victor M. Asistio, Attorney Florendo Gamonac, Attorney James M. Erorita, and its Assistant Deputy Director, Attorney Angelito Magno. From the Office of the Solicitor General, we have Attorney Victor Napoleon Valeriano and Attorney Ruben Aison. From the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation, we have Attorney Ancherena Paula Francisco and Attorney Joseph Lobo and its Vice President for Corporate Social Responsibility Group, Mr. Ramon Stephen Villaflor. From the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission, we have Undersecretary Gilbert Cruz and Director Winston John Casio. From the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, we have its Director General, DG Moro Virgilio M. Lazo. Also from PIDEA, we have Attorney Hill T. Pabilona and Attorney Francisco S. Del Valle, Director Wardley Hemetalia, and Colonel Rolando I. Magno, retired. From the Philippine Statistics Authority, we have Engineer Mariza B. Grande, Attorney Precious Ann Eugenio, and Attorney Joyce Boyungan. From the
Charm, fat ball, mamumumaga bloom. Charm, fat ball, may bangon sa libong bulaklak.
Charm Fabric Conditioner. With Stay Fresh technology, damit ay ka-bloom sa bango.
Charm, fat ball, mamumumaga bloom. Charm, fat ball, may bangon sa libong bulaklak.
Charm Fabric Conditioner. Bangong ka-bloom.
ACS. Ang galing-galing mo. Smart dishwashing paste ko. Pritong ulam na masebo. Lanto ang kaldero. Tanggaling for everyday.
Ganyan, pag smart ang dishwashing paste, may double tanggaling formula. Tanggal ang sebo, tanggal ang bakterya.
Bahit para walang bahit. Linis fantastic sa metal. Plastic na barakuta. Tanggaling-galing mo. Smart dishwashing paste. ACS.
Kayod, commute hanggang sundo kahit pawis. Amoy blooming pa rin dahil sa pinakabagong Surf Papson Fresh and Bloom. May 3 times amoy pawis shield, kaya kahit pawis. All new Surf Papson Fresh and Bloom.
invited who are here with us, we have the Honorable former Mayor of Cebu City, Honorable Tomas de la Rama Osmeña, and the former Mayor also of Iloilo, former Mayor Jed Mabilog. We also invited key personalities from the different corporations involved in this inquiry, from the Hongsheng Gaming, from Bianchang Holdings and Trading Corporation, Zun Yuan Technology, and so far none has appeared in this hearing today. But from the Baofu Land Corporation, we have with us today Alice Leal Guo, also known as Guo Huaping. And from the Lucky South 99 Outsourcing Incorporated, we have Miss Cassandra L. Ong and Miss Ronelyn Baterna. We have no incorporators appearing today representing Whirlwind Corporation, also from the Philippine Sanjia Steel Corporation. There are none who appeared. Sanjia, yeah. That's all for now, Mr. Chair, Your Honors. I'm sorry, Anad, there are other representatives who just arrived, sir. We have Representative Salvador Plato and Representative Ron Salo.
Thank you, Comsec.
Thank you, sir.
Now, we will proceed with the disposition of the admin matters that the committee will deliberate. Congressman Paduano, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning. Anyway, we haven't received a copy of excuse letter coming from Ms. Roylin Garma with regards to her request for a medical checkup. She's suffering from a pain, left neck, and lower ear. And so what's the pleasure of the chairman and this honorable committee?
May we, yes, Congressman Akop?
Mr. Chair, the protocol that we follow insofar as our committee hearings are concerned is that we get first the opinion of our medical team in this House, Mr. Chair. And after which, if there's a need for the resource person to be brought to a hospital, it should be a government hospital, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for that information. Comsec, you are directed to coordinate. Ask the director for medical director of the House of Representatives to closely coordinate with a government hospital and bring Colonel Garma in a government-operated hospital. Thank you. Yes, continue.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Congressman Paduano.
We have also received copy of an excuse letter coming from Mr. Froilan Clerigo. He suffered an asthma attack this morning. And when in fact, Mr. Kunanan was also suffered an asthma attack last hearing. And it was confirmed by our HR physician, Mr. Chairman. So I think we'll grant this excuse letter for Mr. Kunanan, Mr. Chairman. Also, we have received a copy of the excuse letter coming from A.R. de la Serna and informing this committee that he has a flight schedule today in relation to his schooling as a pilot. And with this, Mr. Chairman, if the chair and this committee will allow, I move that we direct the COMSEC to secure a certificate from the school that indeed Mr. A.R. de Serna has a schedule in today's hearing, Mr. Chairman. So move, Mr. Chairman.
There is a motion to direct the committee secretariat to coordinate with the flying school where Mr. De La Serna was supposed to have a flight in conflict with our committee hearing today. Please inform the committee COMSEC as to the status of that particular activity of Mr. De La Serna. Please proceed.
Also, again, Mr. Chairman, we have a receipt copy of the letter of excuse from Police Brigadier General Jose Hidalgo Jr., PRO 3 Regional Director, because today he has scheduled for the budget deliberation on the Committee on Finance in the Senate. But Police Colonel J. C. Dimandal, Provincial Director of Pampanga, and company is present in today's hearing, Mr. Chairman, representing PRO 3. And lastly, Mr. Chairman, with regards to letter of excuse, we have received a copy of an excuse letter coming from Froilan Cruz and Ronaldo T. Cruz, in which we have already tackled during the previous hearing that they wants to be accused in today's hearing for a schedule abroad. Now, Mr. Chairman, also, Mr. Chairman, we have received a letter coming from the Honorable Paulo Z. Duterte with regards to some queries addressed to the Quad Committee Chairman. So, what's the pleasure of the members of the chair and the members of this committee with regards to the letter of the Honorable Paulo Duterte, Mr. Chairman?
Well, the letter states that there are questions that the Honorable Paulo Duterte wishes to ask the resource persons, and we just ask the committee secretary to please make sure that the invitation will be extended to the Honorable Paulo Duterte in the next Quadcom hearing with the topic on drugs and extrajudicial killings. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have also received a copy of this letter coming from Ms. Stephanie Mascareñas. And I will read, unfortunately, due to my training at work, leaving or being absent might jeopardize my employment, as this is my only source of income, and going to the court hearing in Manila will require transportation expenses that I cannot provide as well. Thank you for kind consideration. I think we will grant this letter, Mr. Chairman, because for the past hearing, Ms. Stephanie Mascareñas is also present. And we will just invite her once again to the next hearing, Mr. Chairman. Now, let me proceed with regards to the documents being ordered to agencies and some resource persons. Again, Mr. Chairman, documents that caused the contempt order for Attorney Harry Roque until now has not yet submitted, Mr. Chairman. And for the status of SPO for Arturo Narsoles, may you ask, Mr. Chairman, the PNP, the NBI, and the BID if they have located or any travel records for Mr. Narsoles, Mr. Chairman. And to expedite the hearing, Mr. Chairman, let me suggest that the BID, the NBI, and the PNP will just submit a letter explaining or in detail the order being made by this committee to those agencies mentioned, Mr. Chairman, with regards to the status of SPO for Arturo Narsoles.
Okay. NBI, PNP, and BID, please comply.
And next, Mr. Chairman, the COMSEC is directed to secure a copy of the death certificate of the late former Mayor David Navarro of Clarin, Misamis Oriental. It was already submitted, Mr. Chairman. The Bureau of Internal Revenue also submitted, Mr. Chairman.
All right, we're watching the start of the proceedings of the 6th Squad Committee hearing on Philippine Offshore Gaming Operations, the crimes associated with it, and the drug war killings. Notable in today's hearing are the appearances of Alice Go, of course, and Cassandra Ong, as well as Ronilyn Bautista for the POGO case. The body is also expected to hear from former Cebu Mayor Tomas Osmeña and former Iloilo City Mayor Jed Mabilog on the drug war killings. Several representatives from various government agencies, ranging from the AMLAC to the PNP to the PAGCOR and the PAOK, the PDEA, also present in the hearings. We earlier received opening statements from key persons in the Quad Committee on the reasons why the hearings must resume and must be complete.